When I was growing up, my parents were never home, so I felt lonely. But my brother, I would look up to my brother. And then at 12, I started partying. I started smoking weed. I started doing pills. And I started drinking alcohol. And then after that, I would do anything that I could get my hands on.
My name is Katrina Magnuson, and I have been a volunteer with Nineveh Ministries for about 4 years. I love going into the jail. I love that God has used my past and my stories to meet girls that are in lockup in a place where many of them just feel hopeless, and I just am able to go in every week and show them that there is hope through Jesus.
When I was told, I got arrested for my first time. And then for those 5 years, I was in and out, but I felt like jail didn't help because they treated me like a baby. And I had no freedom, but then when I would get out, I just felt like going wild, so wild.
Every Monday night, I would go into the jail, and I would invite all of the girls in the unit, whoever wanted to join church, to come join church. And one Monday night, I met Jennifer, and she was not willing to come to church. But Monday after Monday after Monday, I continued to go in and ask her if she wanted to join, and she very politely said no, thank you. Yet she wouldn't leave the room and return to her room. She was still hearing what was happening, even though she was not willing to participate.
So one week, I decided to go with Miss Katrina, and as she was reading the Bible, I felt that everything in the Bible was talking about what I was going through, what I was experiencing. So weeks went by, and I did a prayer with her to ask for forgiveness because I didn't want to do the things that I was doing anymore. I felt like I needed a change in my life. So when I made it to the halfway house finally, I ran away and I went to Mexico for 8 months. I came back and I got rearrested, and I found out that I was pregnant. And I saw Miss Katrina in jail, and I asked her to be my mentor because I felt like I wasn't going to make it outside without a guidance.
I started mentoring Jennifer when she got out of jail. We met weekly, and she was excited at first about having this baby, and as the weeks went by, she kind of felt like it wasn't really real to her. And then one particular Wednesday, she was 13 weeks along, and she just told me that she was going to have an abortion and that she couldn't have this baby. And so she already had the appointment, she already had the funding. And so in that moment, this isn't how I thought the conversation was going to go for our mentor meeting. And so I looked at her, and she began to cry. And so we prayed, and I knelt down beside her. I grabbed her hand, and I said, I am not here to judge you. I am not here to make decisions for you. But I need you to know that no matter what you do, I'm still going to love you. I'm still going to be a part of your life, and I still want to be there for you. And so she was crying, and I just finally, I don't know, God just asked me to ask her, like, why are you crying? And she looked at me like, why do you think I'm crying? And so I rephrased the question, and I said, why do you think this decision is so hard for you? And she looked me right in the eye, and she said, because I know it's wrong, but I don't care. I cannot have this baby, and I've already made up my mind, and nobody can change it. And so we prayed again, and I left, and I just jumped on to the prayer warriors. I just sent out messages for them to please pray for Jennifer, for her baby, for the situation. And that was a Wednesday, and so I didn't hear from her again. And Tuesday came and went, and from Wednesday to Tuesday, I just grieved over this baby, over the heartache that Jennifer was going to be experiencing, and I just was really, really sad. And then again, I didn't hear from her at all, and Tuesday came and went, and no contact. And often kids, doing this for the last few years, we know that they sometimes will cut off contact with us when they're making decisions that they know that we don't agree with out of respect for our relationship. They don't want to hurt our feelings. She didn't want to hurt my feelings. And so after I didn't hear from her for 8 days, I knew what that probably meant.
All of a sudden, I started feeling different. I felt like something changed inside of me. And I decided to keep my baby. He's born on October 25th. I'm excited to hold him and to tell him how God changed my life. And I'm so glad that I went to Nineveh Ministries for Church in Jail.